Welcome back to How to Be a Better DM, the official podcast of Monsters.rent. I'm Justin Lewis,
And I'm Tanner Wayland.
and we are here to help you tell better stories for yourself and your players as you dungeon master sessions of D&D, Dungeons & Dragons. We'd like to give you some quick announcements. We actually have one before the show, and then after the show, if you want to stick around, we have some more announcements then as well. But first, let's talk about this. Tired of being alone? Are you tired of not having any of your players understand you? Are you tired of never truly belonging? Well, you're in luck. All you need to do is join the Guild. The Guild is a unique and exclusive experience that is only open to Dungeon Masters. It is a full community focused on helping ease your DMing burdens. Want to meet other DMs? Join the Guild. Want to discuss your homebrew ideas with people who would appreciate it instead of just telling your cat? Join the Guild. Want to find a place where all your wildest dreams will come true? Join the Guild. Go to monsters.rent/guild and sign up today for free. Wait, that can't be right. Chuck, can you check this again? Is this supposed to be... What? Oh, they're serious? It's free? Oh, okay. All right. Yes, go to monsters.rent/guild and sign up today for free, even though they are crazy for giving this away for free. Common side effects may include burping, sneezing, laughing, breathing, hearing, listening, tasting, farting, critting, sarcasm, and in extreme cases, explosive diarrhea. Awesome. With that out of the way, we can get into today's show.
You all enter the doorway at the back of the chamber. This dungeon had given you and your companions many challenges. You'd almost lost McGregor in the first room, and as you descended lower, each level became harder. In the last chamber, you'd expended all of your magical energy just trying to put this pit fiend down. You look back at the demon. Already its body is starting to turn into sludgy black ichor. You turn and follow your friends. You walk down a long stone hallway and enter a very small room. In the room, there is a single stone dais on which rests a very strange object. There's what looks like a box with a round pane of glass on one side on a stand, inches above a slab of something gray with square pellets on it. As you get closer, you see the pellets all have a single character on them. They're arranged in some sort of grid pattern. You reach out and touch one. You hear a click. Instantly, the glass pane on the box lights up, and you see moving particles of black and white, and you hear a faint buzzing. You reach your hands toward the glass pane and feel energy dancing on the surface. You touch the screen, and flash! You open your eyes and find yourself surrounded by numbers and lines of light. You are in a very strange place that seems all angles and lines. There is nothing organic here. Instead of dirt, you stand on what feels like a mix between glass and metal. And off in the distance, you see the large, gathered lights of a city at night. What would you like to do? Welcome back to How to Be a Better DM. I'm your host, Justin Lewis, and together you and I are going to explore how to tell better stories while you DM a session of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. Have you ever wanted to play D&D with people, but you are separated from time and space? Well, as far as the time thing goes, I can't really help you there. I'm fresh out of TARDISes and DeLoreans. But the nice thing about living in the technological age is that distance is relative. You can now play D&D online with your friends or family or complete strangers. Yay! But what do you need to play a session online? What a great question! Well, let's dig in. Number 1, a video conferencing tool. Aside from the basic essentials of needing a story and players, you need a medium through which you can all communicate. Obviously, you can use free options like Zoom, Skype, or Google Hangout. Honestly, you could just even play over the phone, but your minutes would probably go way up over your monthly budget. I wouldn't actually recommend playing over the phone because having that visual component is so easy, affordable, aka free, and just really nice. So if you're looking for just a video communication tool, I would say Zoom or Google Hangout. But the drawbacks are that you can't do them for really long sessions. So, my next recommendation would be a platform. Number 2, platform. After a video conferencing tool, the next thing to have would be a platform that syncs together all the players and everything that's going on. I prefer Roll20. It allows you to use video as you play, and it also syncs the roles of all the players and has a lot of cool features that the DM can use. I'm not actually affiliated with them, just so you know, but I really like what they do, so you should go check them out. Number 3 is visuals. The next thing I would say you need is visuals. When I say need here, I more mean it's really easy to add, and it's free, so you'd be really stupid and lazy not to add it. The point is, there are so many free options out there that taking the time to make your sessions better just takes that time. For visuals, again, you can literally Google cool maps and stuff, and then slap that into a Word doc or Paint, and have your players tell you where to move shapes that represent them. That's literally like the cheapest and easiest way. Or you can add it to Roll20 and have more fun that way. Obviously, you can always use theater of the mind, but I personally love to look for tools to help immerse my players. Number 4, music. After visuals, the next thing to think about is audio. Because everyone is already in front of a screen, adding cool audio effects is nice and honestly a lot easier than doing it at the table, because you as the DM are already on the computer. If you get really into it, you can actually look for voice-changing softwares to help make each of your NPCs sound unique. I really like how Mark Hulmes did this on High Rollers Erois, because it really made you get the feeling of the NPCs. Number 5, you need a strong internet connection. The biggest drawback to playing online is that you are at the mercy of your internet speeds. Said another way, you never have to wait for the other players at the table to buffer when you're playing in person. So to get the best experience while playing D&D online, you got to look for ways to improve your internet speeds. You also need to figure out how to help your players when they have troubles. Sometimes your players just can't make it happen, and you have to be ready as a DM for that. So there you have it. 1, you need video conferencing tools. 2, you need platform. 3, visuals. 4, music. And 5, great internet connection. These are all things that I think you absolutely need, or at least are free. So for the most part, there's really no excuse for not doing them. Obviously, you can look into getting a microphone or webcam if you want to do this more often, but that's going to cost you some money. I realize that you are spending tons of money as it is on the hobby, so hopefully we can give you some great tips that don't break the bank. Also, you can obviously find excellent recommendations for microphones and cameras online in other places. But if you do want tips and insights into some of the higher tiered Dungeon Master tools, sign up for our newsletter. You can go to how-to-b-a-better-dm.captivate.fm/subscribe. Or you can just click the link in the show notes, which is probably easier than remembering everything I just said. And subscribe for our monthly updates, new content, homebrew items, and even opportunities to play D&D with me and our other hosts. And with those games, it's first come, first served, so better sign up quickly. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions or suggestions for the show on Instagram at Geronimo Levis. I'd love to have a chat with you there. So just go on Instagram and chat me up. But we'll come back next week for another amazing show. Until then, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Thank you for listening to today's show. We really appreciate your support and your patronage. We have a few more announcements to go over. First,
did you ever fall in love with the library as a kid? It was a place where you could experience 1,000 stories without having to buy 1,000 books. That is what Monsters.rent can do for your D&D campaign. You can rent and swap out as many quality miniature monsters and creatures for your D&D party as you could ever want, without having to buy them. You can rescue villagers from a kobold camp, or lead your party through the fighting forest, or many more adventures. We're coming out with new bundles all the time. Just sign up for our subscription to get access to your own personal library of minis. Go to monsters.rent to find out more. That's the website. Monsters, with an S, .rent. Get your library pass to a world of minis today.
We also wanted to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Stardust and Dragons. I'm going to let one of the cast of Stardust and Dragons, Christian Hatcher, and his crew tell you a little bit more about it.
This August, a new adventure podcast is coming to a platform near you, filled with action,
You one of the two of them. We can't keep taking hits like that.
drama,
Everything that she's been doing, everything she's going to do, finally sets in.
and stardust.
Help! Help! Someone, please!
Find out more about this epic odyssey at stardustanddragons.com, where adventure awaits in the stars.
That's all the announcements we have today. Again, thank you so much for everything you do for us. You make this show possible. Like we said before, we'll be back next week with another great episode, and until then, let's go ahead and roll initiative.